Today is Sunday, October 8th, and this week on NCR, we're playing a little bit of catch-up. Tim Drake and Mr. Oz are having coffee in Action Comics number 988. Batman is getting hitched in Batman number 32. And Superman is reconnecting with his father in Action Comics number 988. Join us for this and so much more on NCR DC Mass episode number 52.
The new 52.
All right, hello and welcome to NCR DC Mass. I'm your host, Ben Dupay, and with me,
Travis Roseberry,
Bradley Butan,
and we are your DC comic book experts. So how are we doing this week, guys?
doing good. How are you guys doing?
We got promoted from Overlord to expert.
I guess, yeah, that happens around the 50th episode.
Oh,
I guess.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's,
cool.
That's
Yeah.
what happens. So,
Well, you know, we're the new 52. We're
That's right.
rebirthing, you know.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Catching
New
you.
outfits.
There you go. Yep.
Darker lines.
Yeah.
like a year will be the rebirth expert. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, man, it was a good week for comics, though. I feel like
Good
it
couple
was
weeks.
Good
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Sorry, we've been not here as of late. Actually, in some news for NCR, I think Communion's coming back. Noah is going to start working not on Sundays, stop working on Sundays, so he'll be able to podcast now. And we're going to all just start doing every show bi-weekly. So you should have one show a week from us coming soon.
Nice.
But DC Mass is going to be every couple weeks. We'll do 2 weeks of comics on each show, and that way you'll get your bi-weekly dose of us, I guess. So,
right.
Yeah, sure, whatever. So yeah, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of stuff happening. I feel like I'm the only one who's read, but the first 6 pages of Doomsday Clock is on the interwebs, and it's very, very cool. I'm very excited for it.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Don't tell us.
I know it's cool because it's the first time I've read anything from Jeff Johns in like how
Wow.
long?
Since
Really?
Rebirth number 1.
Since Rebirth number 1,
Yeah.
but even
Yeah.
before that, I mean, he was writing. Well, I don't even know what he was working on. But yeah, I mean, it's his real first like story arc in Rebirth. Is
It's always safe just to say it was Green Lantern.
I know.
yeah. So it's exciting, man. I'm really stoked for that.
Did you catch the new trailer for Justice League?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really,
so
really
good.
cool.
I really liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it. It was awesome.
It looks fun, man. There's a lot of CGI. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
lots of explosions and
Yeah.
and the old
stuff.
like dream sequence so they could bring Clark back into the mix.
I like that though.
I like
Yeah, that. so do I.
I'm glad
worked.
that like it was a dream sequence and not
Yeah.
the actual. Like I'm glad they're saving that for the silver screen.
And
so.
Steppenwolf he looks pretty.
Yeah, they give you a clear
awesome.
shot of the enemy there.
Yeah,
so
him
that's
hitting
awesome.
Wonder Woman. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she'll be hitting back too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a DC Comics fan podcast. We talk about typically the weekly releases that come out of DC Comics, and we sometimes go into the movies and whatnot, but we like to keep it to the comics for the most part. We are also a
Spoiler. Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown podcast, a spoiler podcast. So we do spoil the comic books every week. I put timestamps down below in the show notes, so if we come across a book that you haven't read yet and you don't want spoiled, just skip on to the next review or press play, do whatever you do, but you have been warned. We are on iTunes, Stitcher, and other things. I don't even know. No, I'm thinking of like places you can listen to us. I think it's just iTunes and Stitcher, but I think
Type
there's
in our name, you'll find us.
yeah, exactly. We're
And
on
if you
the
want us there,
internet.
then just email us.
Yeah, nerdchurchradio@gmail.com. We do like iTunes reviews too, so if you guys want to leave us an iTunes review, we'd really appreciate that. We like those positive reviews, and we like our email to be the same way that we like our coffee. I don't know. I was trying to think of a joke, but yeah.
Strong and
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I like a lot of
Yeah,
cream.
no.
Yeah.
We like them to be positive and nice, like my coffee. I like it to be positive.
Coffee is positive and nice.
That's how I feel after I drink.
Well,
my
you
coffee.
nice. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Starbucks knows him
Thumbs
so
up.
well. He just
Yeah.
walks in. It's
Yeah.
complimentary.
Yeah,
says nice
that's
things
see.
to him.
Okay.
Service with a smile.
There
That's
we
what
go.
we offer.
Yeah, that's
There
what
you go.
So, all right. So, that's it, though. So we should talk about some comic books.
Yeah,
now.
I think so.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so first off this week, we're going to be talking about the biggest release that I feel like came out of the last couple weeks of comics, and that is Action Comics 968. What do you got for us, Travis?
It's actually 988.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Action Comics 988, Oz Effect Part 2. Jor-El, oh, where have you been?
On Krypton when it exploded.
Yeah, that's true. And then he kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
There's a wide disappearance
Yeah,
there.
just
For a little.
timelines aren't lining up here.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
a little
look.
confused myself.
We just kind of smile and nod our way through
Yeah,
the
exactly,
DC
yeah.
comics.
Because comics,
Yeah. So Supes ain't buying what the story that this weirdo's selling. However, it would appear that everything inside of his Fortress of Solitude responds to Jor-El as a Kryptonian. So Kal-El kind of, hears him out. If his robotic friend Kal-Lex actually listens to the creator, then maybe there's something there.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
but is it because he's pretty good with technology anyways, and he's messed with the Fortress before?
Yeah.
That could be.
I feel like I wouldn't trust much if I
Yeah,
was Superman.
I'm not.
And he is a robot. I mean,
This
let's.
guy,
And
this
this
guy
whole-
Mixelpick is kind of...
Yeah, he's a shady character, right?
he's caused
He
me
said his
some
name
trouble.
Only in the
backwards
sun.
3
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice one. Jor-El takes us back to just before the planet Krypton explodes, as baby Kal-El is placed in the rocket and escapes Krypton's orbit. Jor and Laura embrace each other, but as the planet explodes around them, time for just a brief second freezes for just Jor-El. Bathed in a blue light, Jor-El watches Laura die from the planet engulfing in flames around her. Suffering trauma from the explosion himself, Jor-El is transported to Earth, where the blue light deposits him in a horrible town. And I apologize, I assume it's somewhere in Africa. I don't know if they called it out, but
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
they.
a warlord.
I think they purposefully
Yeah.
left it kind of vague.
Okay.
Like it could have been the Middle East. It could have been Africa.
Yeah.
It's just a war-torn
Yeah.
region, though. Like,
But deposits him in a very horrible place. The whole town is ran by a warlord that holds the citizens hostage. Jor-El's forced to experience the worst humanity has to offer, forced to watch humans mistreat other humans, starve them, and kill them, all without his powers. He has suffered to just stand there and watch this all go by. And by powers, I mean Kryptonian on Earth. He should have his powers, but he doesn't.
yeah. Or I don't know if maybe he didn't realize he had his powers. Like,
No. Sorry, that may have come across wrong,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
We as readers think he should have it. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he would know because
Yes,
when
they studied.
when he sent Kal-El there, he studied Earth and said that Kal-El would be stronger than any man.
Right.
They also explain it away by saying like they kept him in a dark hole, so
Yeah.
he wasn't around the sun.
That's
Yeah,
true.
And he had a chunk of kryptonite shoved in one of his eyes. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
Yep.
I don't know. So the blue light again takes him and imprisons him and forces him to review all of humanity's faults over the entire timeline of man. So he's like the one good eye that he's got. That one good eye,
Yeah. It's-
pried open with like toothpicks, and
Yep.
he's forced to watch everything that's ever happened wrong in humanity.
That's
So,
yeah. We've
brutal.
all seen that scene before
Yeah.
in multiple movies.
So Jor-El concludes that man is hopeless and ignorant to the examples Kal-El tries to set for them. It's Jor-El's intention to correct his mistake and take Kal away from this hopeless planet. And that is the end. He basically squares off with his son and says, "You're coming with me, boy.
Yep.
We're getting out of here." Which kind of bothers me because he doesn't mention Lois or
John.
John. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Obviously, I don't think that Supes gonna like leave Earth very
Yeah.
easy. But
it was. Well, before I go too much further,
yeah. We have a rating system here, and we also have a certified AI that will explain that rating system to you. Yep. Why don't you take him to church, Gideon?
If a comic book is bad, we rate it as blasphemy. If the book is good, we give our blessing. If the book is not bad, not good, but just kind of meh, we rate it as stuck in purgatory. If the book is great, we rate it as holy. And if a comic book exceeds all standards of awesomeness, we rate that book as salvation.
All right. So what?
so I love the way that the art was laid out. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but did it kind of seem like the artist kind of skipped around a little bit, like in different sections, or maybe just sped up through it? Because it was like really refined at the first part, and then in the middle when they're explaining where Jor-El has been, it kind of got a little unrefined.
I can see that.
But
I don't remember.
But it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. Good backstory to the whole thing.
Sure.
They took on the Superman mythos and they changed it, but they're doing it with a very soft hand, not
Right.
heavy-handed. Even though Jor-El's a huge heavy hand to have in the comic book, they're kind of doing it nice and light. So I like that. I like the fact that Kal-El is being so apprehensive about this guy being his dad. He's not as wide-eyed innocent. Sure, you're my dad. Yay!
Yeah, I'm stoked about that.
They're putting Cal as just us readers felt like he's always like,
we're all skeptical too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
I like that.
So they did a good job. So I'm gonna rate this thing as holy. I loved it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm along for the ride, and especially with that first 6 pages of Doomsday Clock coming out.
Yeah,
I just get so I'm excited. November's coming up quick. We got so much cool stuff coming. I mean, Star Wars, Doomsday Clock. I just saw Blade Runner yesterday, so it's just a great. I'm filled with nerd happiness right now. I just take a hit off the nerd hookah and I'm just got that head rush, So yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it though. I'm excited, and yeah, I think they'll explain away the parts that I'm skeptical about, and I have faith in them on this one. So
cool. Yeah,
they've had over a year to write this story, so I feel like they've had plenty of time to think this one through and do it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So you're at a holy?
I am too. Yeah.
Cool. So all right, this reminds me of a joke.
Okay.
So this guy walks into the bar, right? He goes to the bartender and says, we don't need to edit this one. This
is an appropriate joke?
This one's fine.
Okay, cool.
This guy walks over to this bartender and he says, bartender, give me a shot of whiskey. Bartender gives him a shot of whiskey. He takes a shot. He walks over to the window. He opens up the window and he jumps out of the window, and about halfway down, he just glides right down to the bottom. He walks back up to the bar, and there's 3 guys playing pool. And he has bartender give me another shot of whiskey. Bartender gives him a shot of whiskey. He takes that shot. He walks back over to the window. And those guys playing pool is like, whoa, that was awesome. How did you do that? And he's like, well, there's a vent down there, and if you jump just right, you're just going to glide down to the bottom. He's like, we gotta try that. We got to try that. So those 3 guys all of a sudden jump and splat, splat, splat. They're all dead. Guy walks back over to the bartender and says, bartender, give me another shot. And the bartender said, Superman, you're an asshole when you're drunk.
That's funny. That one was actually pretty good. Okay, I like that one. Yeah. So yeah, what rating?
Holy.
Okay, you liked it though.
I loved it. I liked it. Same thing with you guys. I mean, super apprehensive like Jor-El. You're messing with the origin, but they didn't because it's all perspective.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So are we all in the agreement that this blue light is
has to
Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm kind of done stating my opinion as fact.
You're wearing an I Love New York shirt, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's laundry day, man. No, but I'm kind of done stating my opinion as fact, just because I've said a lot of things that I was very confident about. Like Mr. Oz is definitely Ozymandias without a doubt, and it's been wrong. So I'm
sorry. Hold on. What'd you say?
It's been wrong, I said.
Oh, okay.
It has been wrong.
It has been wrong.
The comic was wrong. The comic was wrong. It was Ozymandias. They just messed up.
No, I'm saying the things that were said were wrong. I'm not. Someone said them. I don't know who it was, but they were not right. So I'm done stating my opinion, though, for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I forget the question. What you even asked me now? What did you ask?
I forgot.
Okay, good.
We're
confidently assertive here.
Moving forward.
All right. So why don't we move things on to the next sort of event that's happening? We have a tie-in. I know that the readers out there are probably like me, getting a little weary of these tie-ins. Let's just try and power through it, and find some humor in it, and stay positive about it, because the main story is actually pretty fun. So
listen to this guy; he's got upper management written all over.
I know, right? Yeah,
just give him a red stapler.
Yeah,
Friday is Hawaiian shirt day here. Yeah. So we got Green Arrow number 32.
All right, this is Green Arrow and the Gotham Resistance. Mr. Terrific, Harley Quinn, Nightwing, Robin, and Green Arrow are in a fight to save the members of the Suicide Squad and Teen Titans.
You may be asking, where did these people come from? We have no idea. I don't anyway.
Well, what do you mean?
Like all these characters that just popped up in
yeah,
Green Arrow?
they're in Suicide Squad, and this is like
Mr. Terrific. This is the first time I've seen
he
him.
came up at the
in
end.
Rebirth.
He came up at the end of the last
Green
one.
Arrow?
It wasn't Green Arrow. It was the time. It was number 3 of the Gotham Resistance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I was happy.
What was it? What was it Suicide Squad? I don't know. Anyway, well, part 3. He showed up at the end of part 3 of the Gotham Resistance. So
okay.
And he was on a secret mission from Batman to find out about this.
That was in the Forge, wasn't it? The Forge or the Casting, one of those
something.
Two?
Yeah,
I know someone who's going to hear this and probably message me right away and tell me. So that's cool.
So, so the Suicide Squad and the Teen Titans are all connected to this battle tank, and they're on their like pretty good. Anyway, Terrific shows Green Arrow these ninth cards that that each of the Batman's villain have been given, and it gives them this power to make their own world.
Okay.
Pretty much, it's like those annoying card games that are always on your iPhone that you can get. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Okay. Cool.
So here we are in Bane's Bane voice. Anybody?
Oh, the city. I don't know.
Oh, actually, they gave me some more.
Give it back to the people.
There it is. there we go. Real Sean Connery right here.
Thank you.
I'll take swords for $500.
That was naughty. Bane's little slice of heaven has the what's Michael Buffer? Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh yeah.
He makes a little cameo in there. So I just totally forgot where I was. Don't edit that out because I want people to laugh. Here we are. Okay. They're getting to find out just how funny the Batman who really laughs is, and really kind of not, but
not so funny,
right? I'm sure some people don't think so. Anyway, Robin leads the group into battle, and everything that can go wrong does. Harley gets caught. Robin takes an arrow to the shoulder, but uses the ninth metal arrow to kill one of the demon Robins, or the Barbosa Robin. Barbados, because Brad no talk good.
Yeah.
And in double negatives. Just when they accept defeat and try to run away, Dr. Fate shows up and gets them out of Dodge.
That was actually pretty cool panel to have
it.
Dr. Fate just beaming, Gandalf the White style,
right?
Just coming up over the hill.
Yep. Demons, be gone.
Thou shalt not pass.
I rated this holing.
Holing,
yeah. I paired this with Megadeth, Symphony of Destruction.
Okay.
Or Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? Or Countdown to Extinction would probably be the best one.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
These are metal songs.
Metal songs. Yeah, so I'm like, all right.
This is the metal music, Travis.
Right.
I only listen to Perry
The look on your face when I'm saying Megadeth, you're like,
well, I thought you were going with cereal. I was like, what brand is that?
We switch things up here.
It's Kellogg's new
right, Kellogg's Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah.
Cereal's out, metal music
is in for right. So
I'm with you.
No, I like the art was really good. It for a tie-in, it just I had a couple problems. I don't like the new outfits that the ninth weapons gave them because it made
the furry shoulders on Green Arrow,
right, in the long hair.
Yeah.
With the Jedi Padawan braid.
Yeah, it is very Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Robin's suit doesn't make sense in there.
It looks like Nightwing.
Jaw got cracked and pulled apart 12 inches wide.
Well, it actually looks like Nightwing still has a cape, but it's just short enough that you can still see that butt. So everyone's crazy about Nightwing's butt. So that's they were considerate to the readers for that, I guess.
Nobody except you. No, I'm just
you guys haven't heard this thing before,
everyone. Yeah. Make your story. It's
whatever. Okay. Anyway,
So what do you guys think?
I was along for the ride, I guess, man. Like it was pretty confusing and wordy,
Yeah.
but like there's some kick-ass art in here, and it's totally metal. I like the way they drew Killer Croc a lot. That was really cool, and he looked just like totally beaten down, and just like, oh man, this sucks.
Like these like especially like this tie-in book, it reminds me of like you just take a blasting like metal, old school metal song and put no words, and you just put all the pictures in there for a music video.
This is like a Deathlock music video. Have you
Right,
guys seen
yeah.
Metalocalypse before on Adult Swim? Like,
yeah.
that's kind of
But,
what this is.
Yeah, man. The Iron Maiden, Megadeth, like
Cool.
those weird, cool album covers.
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I give it a blessing, I guess, or maybe a purgatory, honestly. I really, this was a throwaway for me. And that's why I'm not big on tie-ins, because it just kind of like, it muddies the water for the main story for me a little bit. I feel like I'd just rather read the main story, but we do this podcast, so I kind of have to read the tie-ins now.
See, the thing that brought me to the holy was the flow, because it did go together. I thought, and then like with like Robin killing the demon Robin with the arrow that he got shot with was really cool. And man, the Batman Who Laughs is a pretty freaky individual. I mean,
I like his character design a lot. That's really creepy looking and weird.
Right.
So, isn't that Barbados?
Yeah.
Or is that the Batman that's laughing?
Someone cleared me up on this last week, because last week or a couple of weeks ago, I said at the end of Dark Knight's Metal #2, Batman disappears and those 9 gods show up.
Yeah.
And I thought Batman had turned into them.
Yeah.
But what I was told is Batman was actually transferred back to the beginning of time where Barbados was, and Barbados came to our current time. So he switched
just
places.
acts as a doorway. And
They switched places.
Okay.
Now, as to whether these 9 beings are all Barbados or just one of them is Barbados and the rest are like his minions, I'm not sure about that. So
that's what I'm
someone let
trying
me
to
know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too, because there were the 9 Batmen, or it was 9, right?
Something.
Yeah.
9.
Something, yeah.
And then there was that giant, or one of them is that giant like
hulking.
yeah.
So
it's like, is the big bad guy actually Barbados, or is it this laughing guy? Because
I think it's the laughing guy.
This guy appears in every single one.
Yeah, I'm
In a
thinking it's the
small
Batman Who
cameo.
Laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so time will tell on
Yeah.
that. I feel like we'll get some more. And I might go back and read the casting in the Forge, because I feel like there's a lot of answers there. They were just really hard to
Super
understand.
wordy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were hard to understand, but I think now, having read this, I could probably go back and read those. They should have pulled the Star Wars and released the prequels later.
Yeah.
And then maybe, so anyway, I had fun on it, though.
Yeah.
Still.
But get rid of those stupid, ninth metal suits. And if you're going to do the suits that you automatically get with the weapon, then make them metal suits, not furry, like whatever. You know?
Furry just in general.
Right.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to move things on to our next book of the week, and that is Detective Comics number 965. So this story starts off with Mr. Oz and Tim Drake just hanging out in Mr. Oz's lair.
Who?
Mr. Oz.
Who?
Yeah, that's Mr. Oz.
Jor-El.
Okay.
Yeah, they're hanging out in his evil lair, just drinking evil coffee and eating these evil cookies and.
Okay, we've heard a good
kind of
coffee.
cookies? What kind of cookies?
Yeah, I don't know. They're shaped like E's with pointy ends. Like
They're probably
evil.
chocolate chip, but with nuts in it.
Ooh, yeah.
It's evil right
Nuts
there.
in the cookies
Ugh.
right there.
Oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, that I actually like.
I like oatmeal
raisin.
raisin,
Yeah. most don't though.
Yeah.
So, they're going over the gritty details of Tim Drake's past with Batman and Dick Grayson, and seriously, that's like the entire half of the first issue is just like giving us the origin of Tim Drake with Batman and Dick Grayson and how he just approached them and was like, hey, I know you're Nightwing and I know you're Batman and I should be Robin. And it's like that. So it was cool, I guess, to find out what's in continuity in this story. So then they get around to talking about why Tim Drake was planning on hanging up his costume before he took this vacation to Evilville. And Tim tells Mr. Oz the whole there's a better way to help this world story. Then Mr. Oz tells Tim he's done asking questions, but Tim Drake is a total badass teenager and has spent this whole time talking, just hacking into Mr. Oz's computers. And like all the computer screens now have Robin symbols on them. And he's
Red
like,
Robin.
yeah, got you, buddy. Yeah, Red Robin. So Tim is all like wham and springs into action, which is when Mr. Oz reveals that he's Superman's dad and he's not the guy in charge of this place. So then Mr. Oz is like, gotta go and act my evil plan now, and he's like, whoop, 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 and leaves. So, yep. And then Tim gets trying to escape the place. He decides to try and radio for help from Batman. He's like, all these monitors have been showing me pictures of Gotham, so they have to have a signal to Gotham, so I'll bet I can get a message out to Batman. And Batman does respond. He's actually locked up in the prison, and Tim opens up all the prison doors and releases Batman, who pulls out a gun and starts shooting at some thumping sounds that's coming towards them. And Tim Drake is like, wait a second, you're using guns. Something's not right here with the gun situation. So it turns out this Batman is actually Tim Drake of tomorrow. And not actually tomorrow, but like years from now, and they have a lot of catching up to do because they're gonna have to wait until they deal with Doomsday in the next issue to talk things out and figure out what went wrong here. Why is Tim Drake dressed as Batman and shooting guns and
Freaking awesome.
yeah, it's very, very good. Yeah,
Yes.
mind blown. Yeah, it was a great issue though. I had a lot of fun, and it's. Detective Comics is actually one of the central like issues for the story arc of Rebirth.
And it's
Yeah.
exactly what we've all been asking from a detective comic. It's detective work. It just
Yeah.
doesn't have Batman.
Yeah.
It's got Red Robin acting as Batman.
One of these days we're gonna get Batman doing detective work in a detective. It's gonna be like, October 10th of 2010. One of those
issue
things.
number
Yeah.
1000.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, maybe it will be. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
that's actually gonna happen someday. So
Next year.
issue 1000. Yeah. Well,
Next year, yeah.
next year. You
Yeah.
think?
Well, it's 12 issues
Well,
away.
if they keep it at bi-weekly, then yeah, it will.
Yeah.
So,
I saw something on Facebook that the DC's already they're playing something big
Oh,
for
really?
for
All
the
the
number
1000s,
the
yeah.
1000s for action and
Comics
detective.
and
nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
cool.
showed like I don't know if it was just a preview of what it was going to be, but it's just like an updated like action from Action Comics number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's going to be cool. Yeah, I know that was one of the main reasons they brought back the original numbering is because
Yep.
fans were pretty pissed when they canceled them at like 900 and something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, man, we were so close to that 1,000 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm excited to see what's the deal with this Tim Drake and how he got plucked out of time, and if he's from Earth 1 or if he's from another Earth or how.
And why is he wearing a Batman suit?
Why is he Batman? Yeah,
Why is he shooting a gun?
And the gun is actually reassembled from the gun that killed Batman's parents. So that was another plot point. So
It's great. And then I loved all the little tie-ins of being in a prison that was made by Jor-El because the whole front half of the comic, Tim Drake standing there with two swirling hula hoops of bright blue light, and that is straight from Superman movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the originals with Christopher Reeves?
yeah, I've seen the first one.
Yeah. That's where Zod and Feora and Non,
Oh, really?
they standing there. There's the hula hoops that are
Oh,
spinning.
yeah. Okay.
That's-
Yeah.
That's
So-
straight from that. So.
Do you guys think if there's 2 Tim Drakes, there might be more?
I don't know. That's why I was wondering if it was multiple Earths.
Is it multiple Earths or is it throughout time? Because he says of tomorrow. It
Right.
could be
I mean, it
so
could
many
be
different ways.
of tomorrow
Right.
from Earth 10 or something.
And I mean, man, that's kind of cool if he just picked out like however many different Tim Drakes from different
He also-
multiverses and whatever.
Yeah. Another thing that was said in the issue was like this: you're not imprisoned right now. Your only imprisonment is in your mind. So this could be some weird thing where he's like put under, and this is like the prison of his mind.
Right. And why did the other Tim Drake not figure this stuff out either? Or how
Yeah.
long was he there?
Or it could also just be in his head. Like none of this
Yeah.
could be actually happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Although we know that Doomsday was actually captured at the
Right.
beginning of Rebirth in Action Comics, and he was put in this prison. So we know that part's real, at least.
So, do you think that there's going to be a showdown with Doomsday, or are they going to ride his coattails getting out of the prison?
I don't know. I think there's a showdown because like that's how.
Well,
they
I
left
mean,
off.
there'll be a little bit of one. I mean, no matter what, but
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
imprisoning Doomsday.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be crazy to see how that goes. So,
Yeah.
but I gave it a holy, man. I really enjoyed it. What about y'all?
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
Salvation.
Really?
I loved
Okay.
this. I mean, and I didn't know. Like, I'm like, okay, never seen a Tim Drake Batman, and I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And somehow he had
You've
Joe
read-
Chill's gun.
Sorry, you've read Batman Beyond, right?
Oh, that's true.
Tim Drake took on the mantle
true.
there.
That's true. I didn't even think about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Sorry.
I did,
But that's
yeah.
still not going to sway my salvation.
Okay, cool.
Darn it.
All right, so we're going to move things on to our next book of the week, and that is Hal Jordan and the GLC, number 29.
Number 29, Fall of the Gods. We conclude it all right here, ladies and gentlemen. Corps leader Stewart has found out that the main objective of the metal golems are programmed with free Yuga Khan. Anybody remember who Yuga Khan is?
No idea.
No.
Father of High Father? Yeah. Father.
Oh.
He's the one that made the golems to destroy all of his children because he's afraid the children were going to take over his spot as leader of the universe or whatever you want to call it.
So he'd be more powerful than Darkseid.
Would, except for he's imprisoned in the Source Well, which we'll get to that in just a second. So Yuga, High Father's father, is imprisoned in the
Yuga.
Source Well. Yeah, in the
Oh, I
Source
feel
Well.
like I want to do a dance, like a weird like Hawaiian dance or
yeah.
something, you know?
Keep
Making
your
it
clothes
rain.
on.
Oh, man. Did you bring any ones? Ones, anybody?
No.
No,
Man.
sadly, no. I left them.
I don't feel like I'm worth 5 on the table, so I mean,
Okay.
So Yuga Khan is imprisoned at the Source Wall at the edge of the universe. And in a beautifully drawn page, we see all 3 metal golems blasting the wall trying to free the creator. Now remember, if you've read through past DC history, if you touch the Source Wall, you become part of the Source Wall. You're imprisoned forever. It takes great, great power to get you out of the Source Wall.
Okay.
And they're kind of successful. There's a little picture drawn there where his hand starts to become free. But that's when... but none of the attack squad of the GLC have anything to say about it. Attack squad being like 12 randos and Stewart and Guy Gardner. Thank you.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy.
this guy.
Providing just enough resistance to distract the golems from their work. The attack squad's able to slow down all 3 giants, but it would appear they jump from the frying pan and into the fire as the golems unleash their countermeasures. Barely able to withstand one blast from the golems, the core is shaken and the golems are powering up for a second attack. When boom! From transliminal space comes Hal Jordan and Highfather. Hal fires a missile at one of the golems and it strikes it square in the generator, which is in the center of his Iron Man chest-like thing.
Yep.
The generator, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Causing the golem to explode. After the 3 golems explode, it would seem that all's right with the world, but a boom tube opens and the 4th golem that Highfather and Jordan were outrunning the blast from appear. Sorry, blast. I meant to say Omega beams.
Okay.
So, it appears and Highfather destroys it, basically. There's a little bit of whatever you want to call it, co-work, whatever. Jordan, or Stewart fires some sniper rifle at it at the same time as Highfather slams into it. It's weird. Anyways, everyone returns to Mogo where Orion has his heart put back into his chest and he's restored to life. And they reunite and they give each other big hugs and lots of gratitude spread around and the end.
And Chewie still didn't get a medal?
No, exactly. Right? Classic.
Can't happen.
Jeez.
So that's the end of our little space jaunt. Or at least I think it is, I should say. The story wraps up.
The next issue is Superman versus Hal Jordan.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Superman is infected by parallax at this time.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
we're kind of behind on that one.
Okay.
So the story wasn't fantastic, I didn't think. But the art was beautiful. It saved it for me. It's somewhere between a blessing and a holy for me. I want to say blessing.
Holing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy. Yeah.
So good or
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
depending on who you ask.
No, I just love the artwork. It's fantastic. So, what do you guys
Nice.
think?
I didn't read this one. I'm not up on Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
This one you can't just jump into. You kind of
Yep.
need all the.
I got to catch up on this
And
one. I'm
you-
still not caught up.
And you don't need to read it either. You just need to go through it
Yeah,
because
just
the,
look at
this is one of those books where the art is the story.
I have flipped through it, and
Yeah.
the artwork is fantastic.
But
so.
I mean, and I didn't know a lot of the backstory about the Source Wall and everything. And I was looking on there to see if I could see anybody that I recognized, but I couldn't.
Superman, way back, like late '90s, early 2000s, there was a big fight off between Darkseid and Superman has enough. Like, he's like screw it. I've had enough fighting with you. You're destroying too many lives and things around here. So he uses a boom tube and takes Darkseid to the source wall, and he just chucks Darkseid at it and imprisons Darkseid there. And Darkseid's stuck there for like half of a, I'm going to call it season, but like a comic year run.
Oh, wow.
And he gets free, and I don't remember exactly. Oh, Superman has to free him. Because it takes so much power to get somebody out, he needs Darkseid help for some reason. I can't remember why, but he reaches out and he pulls him from the source wall. It's fantastic.
Huh, wow, that's crazy.
That sounds cool.
I want to read that now.
Boom.
Nice.
Tube.
Nice.
All right, cool. So that's it on that one, and we will move things on to JLA number 15.
This one is all about Palmer's adventures in the microverse. Thank you.
Is it a tiny story?
Actually, and let me tell you, gents, this is no small tale.
Hey-yo.
While Palmer was being a brilliant professor and working with the super smart Ryan Choi, Palmer uncovers a secret little message from the microverse and starts working with this Dr. Ott in a big way.
This is how the whole review is going to go, isn't it?
Absolutely. He soon figures out that the only way to stop the destruction of the microverse was to get there himself, but this is no small matter. After meeting I can't even do this a straight face. After meeting this his new friend, Dr. Ott, they work hard to find a way to stop the quantum storms. They decide to enlist the aid of Prion. Think of her as a Han Solo type person, and the three of them make a great team. And Palmer and Prion soon fall for each other. A quantum storm hits earlier than they thought, and they get separated from Prion. But Palmer and Ott shrink down a little more to find the case of the storms. I like this. This one was way better than it has been in my opinion. I went to holing on this. I've been hitting JLA really hard lately because it's been so confusing and just I don't know. I feel like they definitely needed an issue to explain what Palmer was doing. So
yeah.
So tell me this, Brad. I read the first issue of this when they first got the message from Palmer, and they shrank down to the first level of the microverse, and then I got lost in the next issue because I didn't really care. But I really wanted to read a lot about this. I was just depressed almost with the way that the first one was handled. But this one looks super wordy. Is it worth the time to setting and going through all 21 pages?
this one is. This one is.
Right. The art looks fantastic.
Yeah, the art does look really cool.
And you know what? You could honestly read this and then go back and read the last couple.
Okay.
Or even forget it because, I mean, like...
Do you need it?
Not really.
Okay.
But the thing that's leaving this kind of out there is so Prion and Palmer have a relationship, but yet when the JLA came to Mazga, the planet that they arrived in, Prion was the one that found them, and because that revealed because she had the Adam's belt, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they saw Dr. Ott, and he's like, she's a pirate and not to be trusted. Arr. So we don't know what happened there. So maybe she's just a nerf herder. Scruff.
Could be, yeah. So I'm going to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
So this isn't great for radio here, but our podcasting. That little image where the virus thing is smacking into like what looks like a planet or something. That kind of reminds me of the Sinestro Corps member that destroys an entire planet by infecting them. Do you remember that from Sinestro Corps War?
Vaguely.
There's a little like flu virus which is drawn just like that. Since I'm colorblind, I can't really tell. Is that yellow?
No, it's green.
No, it's green. Yeah.
But you're right. You're right on because like Palmer wanted to do something to save these, and Ott and Prion were like, no, we can't. That's just what that thing is. That thing does. You eat these planets, and you're exactly right. It's a virus that's part of their life.
I bet you that's it. I bet you. I'll put $1 on the table right here, boys.
I don't have to do it on the table, do I?
Yeah.
I don't actually have $1.
Oh, okay.
I never carry money. No. So tell me this then, Brad.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the atom, and it sounds weird, but his super suit just kind of lets me down every time.
Yeah,
Like,
it seems weird to me.
Yeah.
Even Ryan Choice is better than the original.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It's kind of like the original Captain America suit, a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
The CW Atom, that's too Iron Man for
Yeah.
me, but it needs to have some in the middle. You know,
I like Ant-Man's suit from the movie. I think that's a perfect
Yeah.
shrink suit.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, but
I think that design supports like the whole shrinking and stuff.
I mean, and you know, I mean, there's enough. And that's pretty small, man.
No, yeah.
No.
Ouch.
But I mean, you would think that
Very
they
small
could
of you, bro.
they could do something. They could do something to give him a suit. Because I agree with you, man. I
sorry,
agree.
sorry.
All right, cool. We are going to move things on to a larger book, which is Batman. See what I did? Okay. All right, we're done with the small jokes. Batman number 32.
Till next week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks.
So the war of jokes and riddles is finally coming to a conclusion, and after all the fuss,
Are you sure?
all the weird dinner parties and bad jokes and bad riddles were finally here. The fight of the century between Batman, the Joker, and the Riddler. And it turns out to be just kind of like a fist fight, and a frustrating fist fight, because it's just like, really, that's it? Joker and Riddler are not being terribly reasonable, which, go figure. Batman beats the Riddler, and Riddler admits it. He says, "You've won, Batman, you got me." He's like, "Hey, by the way, is Joker laughing yet?" And Batman's like, "No, he's not laughing." So Riddler reveals he set this all up just to make the Joker laugh. I don't know why he's so obsessed with this man laughing, but whatever. He wants the Joker to laugh. So Batman, Mr. Goody Two-Shoes, I'll never kill a person, turns around and tries to thrust a knife through the Riddler's chest out of frustration with the whole situation. But the Joker stops the knife with his bare hand, which he has a giant machete all the way through his hand now, and then he just busts out laughing. And he's like, now that's funny. Because he pushed Batman to the brink of killing someone.
And the Riddler's the one that did it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's it. But you should know there's a tiny bit at the end. Bruce has been telling this entire story of War of Jokes and the War of Jokes and Riddles to Selina, and now it's time for him to get an answer on that proposal that he gave at the beginning of this story arc. And spoiler alert, she says yes, and it's the end. So, yeah, they're going to get married. It's going to be a wedding with bats and cats everywhere.
Do you think she's going to have a white dress?
Nah,
No.
probably not. I'd say it's going to be a very small wedding between Bruce and Selena.
Again, with the small jokes, really? Come on, we
Alright,
just got
alright.
done with it.
I'm just saying. like,
Maybe Adam won't be invited.
I feel like it's just going to be them and like one other person there.
Robin.
So, the very last panel of that comic where Selena's standing there and her mascara's running, do you think she licks her hand and goes,
Right?
Yeah.
and wipes off like a cat? Sorry, I had to do that.
No, I guess I enjoyed it. I'm not sure I buy the whole like Batman trying to kill the Riddler thing. That seems a little like really like Batman wouldn't do that.
It felt like that was the theme for most of Batman these last couple weeks was his relationship with the Joker. I watched Lego Batman with Leia last night, and
Password, Iron Man sucks.
yeah, but like that was pretty much the whole thing is the Joker's relationship with Batman. I'm like,
Yeah.
interesting. And then I read like Batman White Knight, and I'm like, okay.
yeah,
But
yeah, it's
and then War of Jokes and Riddle. I'm like,
Yeah, it's...
I don't know. I just don't know about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. I feel like Batman's
like-
been in way more frustrating situations than this and hasn't killed
Right.
someone.
and this is the one that he's like, I almost killed
But
the
this
Riddler,
is
and
also
the Joker stopped me.
This is also in his first year too. So, who knows? I guess who's to say? Tom King says that Batman apparently tried to kill someone and didn't cross that line because the Joker stopped him. It's an interesting twist, I guess, to his mythos.
I guess.
So, was the War of Jokes and Riddles a joke or a riddle?
I think it was. I don't know, man. I wasn't the biggest fan of this.
I don't
one.
think any of us
I-
were.
It was okay, I guess. Like I just felt like it should have been bigger than what it was, and I feel like they tried to take on too much for a 6-issue story
So-
arc.
Can you, when you rate this, can you rate the entire arc too?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a blessing. I mean, it was
Yeah.
okay. It was.
Both?
It was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. It was all well enough written, I guess.
Yeah.
And I may not agree with some of the points on it, but that's not my choice to make. That's Tom
Sure.
King's and DC's choice.
In a solid grading curve, you'd give it a C. It's
yeah.
passing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's passing. Yeah,
Passing.
probably barely a blessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the art was fantastic
Yeah.
all the way through. So Tom King's artist always does really well. So whoever writes,
Yeah.
I forget the name, but yeah, it's a good book. So
Cool.
yeah, so that's all I got for this one, and we're going to move things on to Green Lanterns number 32.
So this issue gives us a peek into Simon and Jess's off-duty personalities. I guess I'll be honest with you guys, this one wasn't great. I didn't really care for it.
I actually love this one.
Really?
I thought it was really good too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simon is forced to confront his cousin Nazir as Jess is forced to confront her problem, social anxiety, which, spoiler alert, if you didn't know, she
She has social anxiety.
Enter easily dispatched space monster. No worries, he's gone as quick as he came into the story.
Smashed with a giant green guitar,
Yep.
which was pretty funny.
Jess meets a guy. Surprise, surprise! At the party, which the timeline is really weird. Like it starts out with them in a cafeteria diner eating pancakes, and then they get called away to take care of this space monster. But then they go to a party, but then they leave the party to go take care of this space monster. It's like, what is going?
Yeah,
on?
there was a weird break in events here where it was like, where did you guys go for?
Fully explaining, I read this at 4:30 in the morning because I was up early. I was like, am I that tired?
Yeah.
Where am I?
It's like, did we just loop back here? Yeah.
I mean, I was actually eating chocolate or Count Chocula when I read it. So
Okay.
So you were pretty messed up then.
right.
On the sugar high, just
Yeah.
like one of the characters in this book.
I time jumped.
You remember the girl who ate too many donuts and turned into like a crackhead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was super weird.
I know.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my god, you left her with these donuts? What's wrong with you?"
You're supposed to cut her off.
Oh, you're
yeah.
a grown adult and you can't be left with donuts. Go
Yeah.
get help.
Hey, I can't be left with a box of donuts.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, they returned to Nazir and Simon, and they kind of worked their problem out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So Jess and Simon reflect on the chance they finally get to exhale once after all their space trip through time and space thing.
And they finally get some pancakes.
Yep, but it's
Yeah.
short-lived,
Moral of the
though.
story.
They barely get to finish those pancakes because they receive a distress call from another planet in their sector of 2814, and they are off.
So how big is 2814?
It's huge.
Big.
I mean, is it
Huge.
It's giant.
It's got all the best planets.
Nice.
Sorry, I shouldn't.
no? But like, is it? I always envisioned it just as our solar system.
No. No, because remember, Abin Sur is from another planet outside of our solar system.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's big.
Okay.
It's big. It's got a big thing. Yeah.
Cool.
So what would you rate it?
I don't know, man. I say Purgatory just because I'm waiting for Volthoom to return because I thought I was going to get a little bit of that in this.
Yeah.
comic,
Cool.
But
I feel like we're probably going to get a Dark Knight crossover or a Dark Knight's Metal crossover.
Yeah,
and that's why they're just like...
That's why she threw the guitar.
Yeah, well, that's why they're just
Ah,
tiding us
yeah.
over. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it, but I think that we're probably going to get that, which I won't like, and then we'll finally get back to the normal story.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, I give it a blessing, man. I had fun. I like throwaway issues because it's just kind of a chance to breathe for a second and
that's
have fun.
that's why I said it was just an exhale issue.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
Okay, finally. Okay.
I'm with you. I thought it was a
that
blessing.
sounded
too.
more like a dry heave than an exhale. But, yeah. Yeah.
That's the sound you made when you read all the tie-ins.
yes, it is.
No.
All right, what would you rate this, Brad?
I'd say a blessing too. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool to let them see him on their off duty and whatnot, and with those normal superhero tropes. The dude that she liked, like Jessica, the hot Green Lantern, or
Yeah.
the hot Green Lantern instead of her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
yeah, she's like, "Do I put some makeup on my eye? I'm the same person."
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's like
It's not like I'm
don't wear a
covering
mask.
my.
Yeah.
I don't cover my identity.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, cool. So we will move things on to our last book of the week, and that is The Flash number 31.
Alrighty. In the showdown of bloody results, The Flash versus Bloodwork, and I promise that their mothers' names are not Martha. Barry tries to.
Did you say that name? Sorry, I have to do that.
That was good. Barry tries to appeal to the human side of blood work, and then once he figures out that he himself is the heart of the monster, he shocks the heart, and that's what defeats him. The police arrest him, and Kristen and Barry get canned from the police department and get transferred to Iron Heights. The depressed Flash goes to talk to young Wally West and offers up the Flash ring, but Wally decides instead to train the old Flash back into Barry, and this is the plan to get rid of the negative Flash.
I really hope they're over that soon.
Oh gosh, me too. This was purgatory for me. I don't.
Yeah, a lot of fans are getting kind of tired of the negative Barry.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like emo Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3.
And I don't like the way that this is drawn at all. He looks like Megamind.
Yeah,
right. Kind of
yeah.
Right, he's got a big
I've always
dome.
liked the art from Flash just because it's kind of kiddie and like
Right.
I like that.
Normally I
sometimes.
do, but like there
his
and
head's
there.
big. Yeah, he is kind of a Megamind.
I don't, man. In that whole, I don't know. Like, okay, the blood monster was stupid. I just felt nothing for it. The start of the book is this weird blood monster with these weird tentacles going all over the town. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could have done something better. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Make it. Yeah. Anyway, purgatory for me. The art saved it from blasphemy.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
it'll be interesting to see what they do because they get him and his partner get transferred to Iron Heights. But yeah, he definitely needs to come out of whatever this issue is. So yeah,
Okay.
there it is. You guys read it?
I did not.
No.
No, I'm waiting for this whole evil Barry thing to be over before I start back on the Flash. So.
High five.
Yep.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I will be back on it once it's because
Yeah.
Flash is kind of a book you can come in and out of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all the books we got for you guys this week. Again, we do always appreciate you guys listening to us. Please send your questions, comments, constructive criticisms to nerdchurchradio@gmail.com. That's all I got. I don't know. If you want to find us, we're on the internet. If you want to find me, I am on Twitter at HeyBenzilla. Where can we find you, Brad?
I'm on the Twitter as well as nerddad_Brad.
And Travis.
I'm on Twitter as well at TraytonTR. That's TRITONTR.
All right, and that's all I got for you guys this week. So I'll say peace be with you.
And also with you.
Peace out, planet Earth.
Go forth and read comics.